First series of downs, 3 and out. They run the fake punt. How demoralizing is that for a team? I think they're 4th and 9 and convert.
Yeah, it was one of the areas we really were trying to emphasize is that we had to win the special teams battle, and losing that one on the first one of the game was a little disappointing. But it's a 60-minute game, and we got to figure out a way to get a stop and make it punt again.
It seems like out there we're 11 games into the season. It still seems on defense there's confusion at times where guys are lining up. Offensively, some of those situations, is that I'm concerned with that?
I mean, when the defense is, when the team breaks the huddle, they're trying to figure out, where everybody's at, and it's tough against these guys, especially because you're seeing multiple backs, and they had 3 wideouts up this game, and we're trying to make sure that everybody's kind of communicating, knows where to go, and are we in zone, man, pressuring. There's a lot of things going on there, so those guys communicating to me is a negative thing on defense. Offensively, I didn't really I didn't see that today.
Adam, was season high 7 sacks allowed, quarterback sacks. What went wrong with the pass protection?
It was an overall effort. I mean, we were throwing the ball almost every down there when we were down to 1 running back. So, there was a couple times we had some missed assignments, but we're trying to get some chunk plays, find a way to shorten the field up.
What happened on the McCain play when he was ejected?
Yeah, it's hard for me. That's something that you guys will have to talk to him about what happened there, and I just saw the replay.
Coach, you get down 14-0 first 2 series. How much does that change what you try to do offensively, what you can do offensively, play calling wise?
I didn't change anything. I just kept with what we kind of talked about, and really nothing really changed for us until we were down to 1 running back.
Adam, you had right before half 21-10 game. You had the ball at 15, threw a lob pass to Devontae Parker. He didn't make a play on the ball. Did he not see it? Did he?
Yeah, that would be a good question to ask him. I thought Matt made the right read. I don't know if he was. I'll have to watch the film. I don't know if he was early or Devontae didn't think he was coming to him. That quickly. It looked like the ball was in the air, and then when he got his head around, he was trying to stop and then fell.
He said, I think a pass to 4 interceptions at him. Is this something in his game that you're seeing, or is it just?
I mean, that's hard to say. I mean, every place it's a different play.
It seems like every week we talk about the same issues with this team. Converting first down, converting third downs, gaining first downs, penalties, mistakes. You have 5 games left. Can you clear it up?
Yeah, I mean, we had less pre-snap penalties, so that was a positive. We just seem to be having the wrong things happen to us at the wrong times. We just got to go back to work and find a way to clean a lot of these things up. I see a lot of those things as fixable. We're basically in a situation where we need to put a good game together here real quick.
Adam, you lost 5 in a row. Where is this team?
I think they're still battling. I mean, we've been practicing good. That's the frustrating part, I think, more than anything. And it's not translating to Sunday. We're still making a few mistakes that are really hurting us. When we let up a 3rd and 14 and get a little too aggressive on the underneath thing and kind of put everybody else in a bind there, to where I thought Matt had a good call on, and everybody does their job. We're in better shape, and we're just having too many situations like that. Guys just have to do their job. They have to, they got to trust what they're being told and do exactly what they're supposed to do, and that's when we'll start having better results.
How about the Patriots? They've shown a little more balance this year, and Deion Lewis every week seems to be getting better. Had over 100 yards first time in his career. Can you talk about how dangerous their offense is when they can run the ball like this?
I think anytime you got a group of running backs, especially like they do, where you can stretch the field, and then all of a sudden you throw it underneath, and now you got one-on-one matchups across the board. That makes it tough. And then, when you're expecting, a team that historically with certain guys, they've emphasized certain parts of the game, whether it be run-pass game. you know, and now all of a sudden you start running the ball with them, and you know you're expecting pass or vice versa. You know, that's what makes it tough. And the more versatile you have, those running backs are. That's what really makes it difficult to defend.
Adam, is there a fine line to toe between playing aggressively and still allowing yourselves to be efficient? There was a drive the Patriots had in which there was the ejection of McLean, and there was a face mask penalty. It seems as if I've not covered you guys, but heard the number of penalty laments that you've had over the course of the
Yeah, that was a terrible series for us. I mean, that was one we really couldn't have at that moment of the game, and we really put ourselves in a bad position, and especially losing Bobby like that. I mean, puts a lot of guys in bad position, and we got to start moving things around. And then, the frustrating part is when you have the face mask penalties. It's that's just going back to fundamental football. Hands in the right place and doing the right thing through the entire down, and we shoot ourselves in the foot when we do things like that.
They're not perfect, but they are somewhat maddeningly efficient. I mean, you get a 3-and-out on the first drive, and bam, they hit you with something. Are they a measuring stick, I guess, or do you have enough to worry about in your own place?
Yeah, I think I got enough to worry about in my place.
And you now have one healthy running back. Where do you go?
Yeah, I mean, we're obviously going to have to reevaluate where we're at right now, and probably have to move some pieces around. I don't even know how bad everybody is right now.
What else do you tell the team in terms of last year 10-6, you made the playoffs this year, you surpassed that in terms of the number of losses. What do you tell the team in terms of overall goals that they still have to look forward to?
Well, right now we just got to worry about winning one game, and that's what we have to worry about.
Early in the second half, there was a play in which they dropped a punt return, and Michael Thomas came up with the ball. They ruled it dead. How did you see that? I know there was some.
Well, sometimes when you have those scrums, as soon as they see somebody with the ball and they think that's who has it, they just say, hey, it's blue. And then they go with it, and it doesn't matter who gets up with the ball. So I'm assuming that's what happened. I didn't really get an explanation on that one.
Last question, guys. All right, thank you.
All right, guys.
There and understand that he was going to give us opportunities, especially in the 2-minute situations, 4-minute situations, and Bobby took advantage of that, getting an interception. Obviously, then they had a muff snap or whatever it was, and Rashad was able to make a play, and we just knew we had to roll with the punches at the end of the day. So looking at it, I got to go back and look at the film and see exactly where we made our mistakes. I know we weren't perfect in a lot of areas, and we just got to continue to drive.
So it seemed like early in the game they were able to get yardage first series or so, running right up the middle. I mean, the strength of your defense, were they doing something different, or what did you see there?
I'm not sure on that particular what you're referring to. I saw obviously they got some plays. There was one primarily the biggest yardage play that was on the sweep. I think I was Cooks. So getting to our edge, obviously not tackling. So I have to go figure that out from there.
Ndamukong, at 5 losses in a row now. What's the vibe of the locker room? How do you stay positive as a team?
I think we understand the mistakes we've made and the position that we put ourselves in. So just getting back to the drawing table, understanding that we need to go home, take care of business at home, and then go from there.
You have 5 games left. Is just trying to win as many of those 5 games enough for you guys, or I know your expectations coming into the season were probably a little more lofty than that?
I think once you understand what you've done and understand we're going home, we need to go out and win. I think you make the mistake when you look at the 5 games that we have left, and that'll hurt us if we do that. I think we focus on what we have in Denver, clean up the mistakes with the Patriots that we had this week, and we'll go from there.
There have been consistent problems through the first 11 games.
Mm-hmm.
What leads you to believe over the next 5 games you can turn that around?
I think it comes down to execution and executing your particular own person's job, myself included in that. And I mean that's the best way we can look at it. Go ahead.
Again, in fact, mentioning what do the Patriots do? How are they scheming towards you today?
I mean, I have to go back and look at the film just briefly. I know they wanted to run away from me in a lot of situations. I was moving around. and just so they can have a key of where I was at. But at the end of the day, they're a good game plan team. So it's at the end of the day, you got to figure out what they want to do against you and then continue to combat it. But I mean, most of the time they're trying to run the ball away from me.
You've gone against these guys a lot. What's this team like, Patriots team?
What do you mean? What are they like?
What are they? Just you've now faced them once. You've faced them many years. They've thrown the ball 60 times. A little more balanced. What is this going against this team? What have you seen that's maybe different from others?
I mean, I think they're still executing at a high level, and that's really what it comes down to. We got to combat that. Simple as that.
All right, thanks, guys. Matt Moore and Cam Wake will be reported.